Okay, welcome back everyone. Welcome to a new trading week. This is Jeff here with FXMindshift, and this is your Sunday weekly review. So as you can see from the calendar this week, we do have some red folders kind of smattered throughout the week. Tuesday, we've got a red folder for GBP monetary policy report hearings. We've got a red folder on Wednesday for GBP, which is CPI. Thursday, we've got a red folder in the New York session at 8:30 a.m. for USD unemployment claims. And then Friday is probably our biggest kind of red folder day with likely the most volatility we'll see this week with all of the PMI folders, right? So French flash manufacturing, French flash services, right? German PMI, so on and so forth. And also in the US session as well, right? 9:45 a.m. For the US side. So that's what we got going on for news this week. Now keep in mind that we are nearing, the end of November. Next week we're going to have probably a shortened trading week because of the Thanksgiving US holiday. And things will start to slow down as we go into the winter period. December and January, historically is always going to be some low volume periods because of, the winter and the holidays. So let's take a look at our charts. We're going to go into our monthly top downs for DXY, right, as we always do. So if we go down to our DXY monthly chart, we can see here that the monthly consolidation that we were currently in, the last thing that we did was we took out this internal low right here, okay, and then we rejected from the monthly wick. And then we had a pretty strong move to the upside. So you can see here two big monthly candles. This month also looking like we will be finishing bullish. Okay, now obviously there's still 2 weeks left in the month and anything can still happen, but looking like we're closing with a strong bullish month, right? So the target that we're looking for now is for price to come up and take out this high over here. And that, excuse me, that is going to be around 107.35, right? So above the 107 big figure. And then of course we're going to be looking to continue that and fill in the rest of this, monthly imbalance here. The order flow on the monthly, as you can see, is still very bullish. Okay, and for those of you that have been paying attention and following along, U.S. elections is in the beginning of November. We have now elected Donald Trump as our U.S. president. So that, of course, has taken a positive effect on the dollar, and we've seen the dollar currently rise, and gain some strength, right, as well as the stock markets. So that has certainly going to be a tapered effect going into the new year. I expect that the dollar will continue to rally, and like I said, continue this bullish uptrend, right? So we'll see price come up and look to take out this high next, and then eventually fill in the rest of this imbalance here, and then maybe even continue up through and make some new highs. Okay, now this is a monthly perspective. Obviously, these are monthly candles, and it's going to take a while for this to play out. Okay, but that is where we're looking for next, right? So this next high over here at 107.36. Let's go down to the weekly perspective here. All right. Now, from the weekly standpoint, okay, we can kind of just pair it off of what we were looking at for the monthly, right? So weekly structure broken to the upside, okay, after we did a nice little dig beneath lows here, right? A sweep of liquidity, and you can see the bullish order flow kicking in and pushing price higher and higher, right? So we've taken out the internal structure over here. Next structure is going to be the highs above the 107.35, as we said, and then trading into the weekly imbalance and filling that void here. So that's what we're looking for going forward here this week. Okay, so a continuation of a bullish dollar is what we'd expect from the weekly. Let's drop down to a daily and let's continue further. Okay, so from the daily perspective, as you can see here, price has taken out all of the structure over to the left here, right? That was the internal weekly structure that we saw price break into. And now we are trading into a daily bearish order block beneath this swing high. Okay, however, we are expecting price to trade up and through that. But because we have price reacting to this level here, we could see price give us a little retracement back down into the range first. Okay, so there's a couple imbalance areas that we can target on the way down, and then we can watch for reactions at those levels to see where the next higher low will form. Okay, but or you know, we could also just go straight up from here as well. But the idea is that we are going to be looking for a continuation move up based on the higher time frame analysis. And if we do retrace first, then it'll just be a short-term retracement back down to create another higher low for it to continue to the upside, right? So this could be where we see a retracement. Obviously, we're getting reaction from that daily OB. So if we drop down to the 4-hour and we take a look at the 4-hour structure, okay, we can see if we get some kind of bearish signal or a change of character. So we do have the high established. Okay, we can see a swing high has formed. Okay, and a little bit of a consolidation after that fact. And we do see, you know, it's just basically consolidation right now, but no real shift move or no big you know, kind of imbalance or shift to the downside just yet. So we could see price continue to the upside from here. We do have a little sweep of liquidity here with the wick, right, trading into some nice bullish momentum. If we were to target an OB on the H4, we could look for price to come into this one here, and using the lows that we've created here as an inducement for that level. So essentially looking for something, you know, like this, where we trade into the OB and then we see price move up from there. Okay, so that'll be the idea here going forward for this week for DXY. Now let's contrast that with Euro. Okay, so let's go over to Euro dollar. So as you can see from the Euro monthly chart, the same consolidation that we saw on the dollar, okay, here, which was bullish on the dollar, is obviously going to be flipped, and we're going to be looking for bearish moves here for EU. Right now, we've taken out this internal low here, which we marked earlier as our liquidity target for that week, and obviously we've done that. And then the next target is going to be the next low here, and then of course the imbalance fill down here. Okay, so this next low here is going to be 104.48, or let's just call it 104.50 mid figure. Okay, and that's going to correlate with price coming up above the 107.35, right, for the dollar, right? So we should see price taking this level out as we're taking out the DXY level above 107.30, okay, at the same or relatively around the same time, okay, as these are pretty strongly correlated. And so filling the DXY imbalance on the upside, we're going to be filling the euro dollar imbalance on the downside here after taking out this level. So we'll target this level here first, 104.50. Okay, we're currently sitting at 105.38, so it's not too far off from where we are right now. If we drop down to the weekly chart, okay, we can see that the weekly has also taken out the internal structure, right? I'm gonna be looking for price to run the previous week low structure here. That's why I have the marked liquidity target below that low, okay? And so far, whereas price was respecting the bullish order flow, and you can see that price was giving us bounces from the bullish OBs, right, to the upside, taking out this high. The last OB here did not hold, and obviously we went through that level here with the change of character. So big bearish momentum, big bearish candles as we go through all of these lows here, right? So the next level here will be next, and then trading down into the weekly imbalance down here, okay? From a daily perspective, we can see that the daily chart is also very bearish, right? We just taken out a swing low here, but then also taken out the big swing low structures over here and here as well, right? And you can see that the momentum is very bearish. We don't really even have a swing low in place yet, so we could see price continue to roll down from here. Okay, we do have a little bullish reaction here, and that's mainly because we've traded down into this consolidation over here. Okay, but that low will be the next target that we take out as we continue to run through these kind of internal lows here. This is going to be our next low target, so 104.50, as I said below. And then on the 4-hour, okay, we can see that the 4-hour structure also is bearish, with lower lows and lower highs. This was the last retracement that we made that shifted down, and we can see that price did come back up into the imbalance here, and we did just touch, looks like we just touched the bottom of this OB, but we could see price move up a little bit higher. Would be nice to see it go up just a touch bit higher here to then sell off. But seeing how price is very weak at the moment here with this reaction, we could see price just continue straight down and through. Okay, so I would not be surprised if we open the week just going straight down, okay, like this, and then going straight for that 104.50 level, right? So that will be the expectation here for euro dollar. And then going over to GU next. All right, so GU on the monthly perspective here, we can see also the bearish order flow so far holding in place, right? This the bullish consolidation and the retracement has ended up here with this monthly OB. Okay, so we can see the reaction and the big shift, right? The continuation this month has basically confirmed the lower high here, right? And we will be expecting now for price for this lower high to now continue with the trend and continue straight down through to this low. Okay, obviously this is going to be a very long-term move. Okay, so for the immediate term, what we're looking for is for price to come down and take out this low. Okay, so far the internal structure is still bullish, so we can see that price is still making higher highs and higher lows. So there is a chance that price does not break this level, okay, and forms another higher low here and continues higher into the range, because we certainly do still have areas up here that price could come back up to mitigate while still remaining bearish inside of this range. Okay, so what I'm expecting now is, because we've established the lower high here, I just want to see price now continue through this level and confirm that for me. Okay, so if it does break this level and we go through this level, then we will for sure with pretty strong certainty that we're going to see price continue lower. So this will be the lower high, and then we'll see price continue lower from here, and then we'll see a move down like this, down to those lows. Okay, and that's the idea that I'm looking for here from a monthly perspective. Going down to the weekly, we'll see how that plays out here for us. Oops, that's the daily. On the weekly, and again, the level here, okay, where we can see there is a bullish OB. We have price trading below a swing low, an internal swing low here. And so there is a possibility that price does react to this level, but if it does, I'm looking for price to trade through this level. So if we do get a reaction, it'll be a small one, okay? And I want to see something like this happen, where we get the bullish reaction, we get a lower high, basically a failure swing over here, and then we continue down. Okay, and that's what I want to see here for the weekly. If we come back up, looking for price to mitigate the swing low here, which would give us the change of character, okay, and coming back to this level. But essentially I want to see price come back up, forming the lower high, or price just melting through this level here, and then we can look for the retest and the continuation, right? That's the weekly. Let's drop down to the daily. All right, and from the daily perspective, more of the same, really. Okay, so this little consolidation here was the last kind of drop that we saw, and balance put in, and the shift in the momentum bearish as we break the lower daily swing low structure, right? So I want to see this continue down. If we do get a retracement, coming back to the imbalance, mitigating the lows here, right? And then forming that lower high like I said, on the weekly, right? And then seeing price then continue down from there. All right, and then on the 4 hour, okay, so you can see for the 4 hour, more of the same bearish structure holding, much more pronounced structure here than we saw in EU. As we can see, the retracement comes up a little bit higher, so in a nicer area here, trading back to the imbalance, trading back to the lows, giving us the swing high, the lower high, and then the continuation down through the H4 lows as well, right? So there's much more clear, pronounced structure here. So I'd like to see price now come back up, or form a low and come back up and then form the next lower high and continue down, right? Pretty straightforward, but there's going to be probably a little bit more that needs to unfold here at the start of the week. All right. And then going to gold next, right? Gold on the monthly, as you can see here, has given us something promising in terms of a reversal. Okay, so we have put in now the all-time high at this level here, just below the 2800 big figure, 2790. Okay, we can see that this month has started off bearish. Weren't able to get above the high from last month, and we have started off bearish, and now we're continuing bearish, right? So it looks like we're going to be painting this big bearish engulfing candle. Right now, like I said, again, we still have 2 weeks left in the month, so anything could happen. This could pop back up, but we are in fact in heavy bearish momentum right now, right? So we're going to be looking for price to continue down the range, okay, and see if we can fill some more of that retracement down. All right. If we go down to the weekly, okay, we can see here now we have a very much established 3-bar swing high. We have the continuation with a big bearish engulfing candle or bearish momentum. And now all we're looking for is for the bullish points of interest now to start failing, right, and breaking down. So where normally we'd expect price to hold here and give us a higher low, right, and continue higher, this is where I want to see price kind of fail and break through. So I would like to see a reaction at the OB here if we do get a bullish reaction, but I would like that to fail. As I said, give us a kind of a weak push to the upside here, fail to break that high, and then continue down, right? Or once again, just basically trade right through the level, right? And then we can look for, continuation retest, and then the next lower high, and then the next lower low down. Okay, that's from a weekly perspective. All right, dropping down to a daily. Okay, as I can look at the daily zone here, okay, that I'm looking for the weekly to react. So we drop the daily on here, and we can see that we can refine it to this little area right over here. So this consolidation just before we get this big solid push to the upside, right? And price is now currently coming down and trading into that zone right now. Okay, so if we can get a touch of the OB, or we could even just see price come up from here after taking out that swing low. All right, but again, what I want to see is price forming some sort of low, mitigating, coming back up, failing, and then dropping back down after reaching for this right shoulder formation here. Right, so there's a daily OB here. Right, we get a imbalance fill as well, overlapping with that, and also creating the right shoulder. Right, so that's a perfect retracement level if it does do that. Right, and that's what we'll look for on the daily. Let's drop to the 4 hour. Okay, keep in mind that these are, you take these with a grain of salt, obviously. I'm expecting this to happen. That's my forecast. But as the week progresses, things can change, okay? But that's going to be the overall big picture of the idea. When we're looking for price to continue lower. And how it does it, obviously, is going to be up to the markets. But, these are the different scenarios that I'm painting for you. So on the 4 hour, okay, we can see the last range we created, the swing high and the swing low, starting to retrace back to the upside. Price action looking pretty weak here, so we could just see price drop from this level, but I would like to see price just push up a little bit higher, maybe get into this imbalance here, and then mitigate the last consolidation. So we make basically another lower high, right? A little bit higher into the premium, a deeper retracement would be nice, and then the continuation down. Okay, we certainly could just see price drop from here, right? And so if we do drop and break the low, then we'll look for the continuation after the new range is formed. Okay, but while we're still inside of this range, I'm going to be looking for price to come up into these optimal regions here for the lower high and the drop. All right, and then last but not least, we have NASDAQ. Just taking a look at the NASDAQ monthly chart, okay? And some interesting things going on here, okay? Obviously, like I said, with the election of Donald Trump, we had seen a surge in the dollar and also in the stock markets, which, you know, caused price to continue higher, and obviously, you know, correlating with NASDAQ here, NASDAQ also pushing higher as well. So we made a new high. You know, obviously we see the month is still bullish here, okay? Took out some highs and still, you know, pretty much bullish order flow. The last retracement we had into this monthly OB here pushed us up there, okay? And we did see price start to retrace, you know, and potentially give us a reversal, okay? So obviously we're in, you know, still at the monthly bullish order flow here. Let's go to the weekly. Okay, now from the weekly, you can see that we had just taken out the previous structure, okay, and we had a nice reaction and a shift down. Okay, now this is the last, you know, the most recent bullish OB that price could react from and continue long if we do, right? But if we take out this level and trade through the OB, then we'll expect price to give us a deeper retracement down further into this OB, or maybe back even into the wick here and below these lows, right? So we're going to be looking for the continuation down, right? And see if we get the run below the OB level here, right? The weekly OB. Let's look at that on the daily, right? Which is right here. Okay, so you can see the order flow on the daily still bullish as well, right? Just in a big bearish retracement at the moment. Okay, but the swing low here, right, is the last kind of higher low that we had, and we can see that we have the daily OB trading into right now, right here. Okay, so this level can still hold. It can still give us a higher low here, and we could see price continue higher from here as well, and that would, you know, play into the bullish momentum that we're seeing. Okay, but if we do indeed see a reversal, or at least a bigger retracement, then we will trade below the level here, right? And we'll see price go through the level. We'll come back up. We'll look for a lower high here, and then we'll look for that swing low down or swing high down. Okay, and then that'll play out for a bigger reversal than we're seeing right now. So on the 4 hour, if we look at the 4 hour and drop the 4 hour here, okay, we can see at the highs after the break of structure here, price gave us a change of character, right? And then we came back up and mitigated the OB at the top of the range. And then we saw a very strong move and shift to the downside back into that daily OB level over here, right? So filling in some 4 hour imbalances and then coming back into the daily OB level here. We can basically refine this to 4 hour OB levels and imbalance, which is right here. Okay, and so this will be the area we'll look for price to retrace down into, and then we'll see if we get a bullish reaction here, and then a move up. And if that move up continues and trades through the highs, or if we get that lower high and then the continuation down. Okay, so a couple of things that need to happen here. So we'll be watching this week on NASDAQ to see if that plays out. All right, and so that is the rundown, guys. And if you have any questions on anything, you can go ahead and leave some comments below the video. You can also message me on Telegram as well, direct, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. For those of you that have not already, as I always say every week, I encourage you guys to join the free membership. There will be a link in the description below to do that, so that you guys can get access to our free resources, free videos, tutorials, to help you with your trading. And next week, I will be doing a live market review. So this is usually pre-recorded for you guys on Sunday, but next week I'll be doing a live, Sunday review, and you guys can hop on with me live on the Zoom. I will be sending a link out in the Telegram group, and I'll also leave a link down in the description below for that in this video as well for next week. And so if you guys have the chance, please join us live next Sunday for the live Sunday review. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys have any questions, as I said, just go ahead and drop some comments, contact me on Telegram, or if you join the free membership, you can also contact me in the free members community chat as well. And do it that way. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Have a great trading week. We will see you guys on the next video. Thanks a lot.
Feel me.